Okay, let's see if this works. I don't remember how to watch my own stream now. I think this is the way I usually do it. Oh, I should probably change the stream title. That is not what we're doing. Oh, wow. Okay, let me change the stream title. Because we are not playing Fire Emblem 6, not yet at least. Fire Emblem Thracia 776. Iron Man. Let me do one more thing before we start. For those of you watching on YouTube, as I've been saying, I will be streaming the next bunch of parts. The audio probably sounds really funky right now. Let me see if I can fix that. But let me check the audio. The audio looks good. That's good. We like that. We love that. Okay. Everything looks okay. Hopefully it doesn't mind that there's a browser open. But I guess we'll find out. Also, there's a bunch of pop-ups on Twitch right now. Okay. All right. Let's start Thracia, shall we? I'm gonna get a blankie because it's cold where I am. So for those of you on YouTube, we'll be continuing our Iron Manning every Fire Emblem game series. We just finished Fire Emblem 4, which was a lot of fun. So now, of course, we're starting Fire Emblem 5, also known as Fire Emblem Thracia. What up, Wheelie? Nice to see you. I am very excited to be streaming again. Obviously, if you've ever watched any of my YouTube videos, you know that I can talk endlessly to myself, but it's nice to have people to speak to. So anyways, let's get started. Hopefully everything's good with the stream. I don't know if my settings are more specific to YouTube. I guess people can let me know. I feel like it'll probably be fine. But yeah. Anyways, chapter 1, The Warrior of Fiona. Oh, for anyone, I guess, who doesn't know, I'll just say Thracia, the story, which we'll be reading, just like I was doing with Fire Emblem 4, actually takes place in sort of the middle of genealogy. So we're going to learn what happened with Leif in his area, Leinster. Anyways, barely escaping the burning castle of Leinster with his life, the young Prince Leif was looked after by Finn, his knight and retainer. We know Finn, he was of course in Fire Emblem 4, together with Nana, she was also in Fire Emblem 4. A young noblewoman under Finn's care, the trio fled pursuers, sent by the conquerors of North Thracia, the Granvale Empire, which lay to the west. This will actually be really interesting because I never really knew the story of genealogy that well, and I always kind of knew Thracia's story slightly, so I never really knew what was going on. Yet Finn proved stronger than those who hunted them, and the three made their way to the cities of Ulster. 2 questions. Who do you got in tonight's NFL game? Any team you're pulling for in college football this weekend? Ooh, those are good questions. Tonight's the 49ers and the Eagles, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm really excited, actually. Ooh, let me just make sure before I look stupid. NFL. Oh, it's not. Oh, wow, I am stupid. When do they play this weekend then? I thought it was Oh, it's the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Oh. Do the 49ers play the Eagles at all, or am I just losing my mind? Cowboys and the Seahawks, that's interesting. I mean, probably the Cowboys, right? Every Cowboys game, you have to decide whether you think the team they're playing is like a quality team or not. And I'm just not sure about this. The Seahawks seem to lose to all the quality teams they play, you know? So I feel like probably the Cowboys, but obviously I want the Cowboys to lose. And Tara posing as common fragrance. Okay, so they retreated down to Tara. And then any teams you're pulling for this weekend? I mean, Wisconsin. Well, actually, Wisconsin's not even playing because they're not in the Big Ten Championship. Not really, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. The only college football team I like really root for is Wisconsin. So yeah, not really, to be completely honest. Eventually, they drifted into Fiona, a small village on Thracia's eastern coast. Fiona was an independent community with its own militia. The Fiona Freeblades, led by the swordswoman Evil, I don't know. Evil welcomed Leaf's group as if they were her own kin. Under her watchful eye, the deposed prince spent his childhood in Fiona. Growing into maturity alongside youths of common birth. Man, they love to throw around those words like common birth, and it's great. Now in year 776 of the Granvale calendar, which is of course why it's called. I was always really confused when I was playing this game when I was younger because I didn't know the story. I was like, is that like a bit? Why is it called 776? But obviously, that's the reason. Have you found that whelp of a prince yet? Regretfully not, my lord. The men searched the village top to bottom, but nothing came up. Why is such a simple task taking you so long? There's little doubt that the heir of House Leinster is hiding here. You've been too gentle with these villages. Give them ample motivation to talk. We're in search, we're of the same mind, my lord. I've already ordered the men to do as such, yet the townsfolk claim the prince isn't here. According to them, he left with the Freeblades to fend off a pirate raid on a nearby village. Yeah, Wheelie, this game takes place, if you remember, after we got to Generation 2 of Genealogy, it was the third chapter, I think, or no, it's the second chapter where we like rescued Leaf and his like liberation army, and then the third chapter, we did it sort of again and we liberated Leinster. So this takes place just before that. So around the same time that the second generation of Genealogy like starts is when this is taking place. According to them, oh yeah, Freeblades, what nonsense is that? They're the local militia, sire. As I understand it, this village was once home to a group of brigands, rather savage ones at that. About a decade ago, they were routed by Evil, a wandering sellsword. She claimed the village as her own and founded the Freeblades to protect the region from future attacks. She's supposedly quite a wonder with a sword. She may be a problem. You've nothing to fear, my lord. We've taken Evol's daughter as captive. What's more, we also captured the daughter of Finn, the very knight guarding the prince's life. With the leverage we have over them, they'll have no choice but to surrender. And then canonically Leaf dies? Yeah, thankfully, somebody pointed out that the chapter that Leaf died was technically after this game finishes, so we're okay. But yes, canonically Leaf does die right after this game ends. I admit it, you have your uses, Wiseman. The woman will accompany me back to Manster. You'll remain here and prepare for when these upstart rebels return. See that the young Leinster pup is put in change, befitting a stray mutt. Jesus. Your trust in me is well placed, sire. Men, bring the girls here. We have Nana and Marita. What's your name, lass? It's an interesting name. A funny spirit to match a pretty face. Now, let's have a look at the other one. You must be Finn's young ward. I hear your mother was royalty of House Nordian, is that right? You certainly don't lack for grace, despite living in this backwater hovel. Young holy blood doesn't run thin, even in squalor, I see. Although they can't say who Nana's dad is, because that's up to you in genealogy, but... what a pleasant surprise the two of you make for. Wiseman, I'll be departing for Manster now. Don't disappoint me. All shall be as you wish, my lord. Finn also canonically needs to die, and Finn actually died before the end of this game, so we're gonna have to murder him at some point. But Nana did survive, so that's nice. I think Nana, Leaf, and Finn are the only... Oh, no, there's... I believe Delman and Sed are available in this game, too. What's that commotion in the village? Something's rotten here. I'll scout ahead, Commander. Hold here a moment. Commander, Fiona is packed to the brim with Imperial troops. They must have struck while we were away. What? No way is the Empire going to make a mess of our home. Commander, let's move in. Calm down, Orson. We'll get slaughtered if we just blindly charge. Yeah, Helvin, I'm sure the village will appreciate your patient attitude while everyone's being rounded up and jailed. Peace, Orson. Helvin is right. We've finally been noticed by the Empire. Looks like this is goodbye, little Leaf. I'm sorry. Oh, shit. Finn, take him as far away from here as you can. Leave the soldiers to us. No, Commander. Nana's still in the village. I can't leave without her. I'll get her back, don't worry. More than that, Commander. I won't run anymore. That's my decision to make. Finn, you want to weigh in here? You gonna let this little lord throw himself in harm's way like this? Lord Leaf has seen the passing of 15 summers. By now he's old enough to choose for himself, and as my liege, I abide by his judgment. Has it really been that long already? I suppose I let Little Leaf come with us to fight off those pirates myself. Guess I made up my own mind when I did that. If Finn's alright with it, then so am I. Now what's the holdup? If we're done arguing, there's an invasion happening over in that ridge. He returns! What's up, Blue Island? It's nice to see you. Alright, get ready to move in, but stay sharp. Most foot soldiers are just regular folk, forced into the Imperial Army against their will. If they surrender, just take their weapons and let them go. Are we clear? But we can still bloody them until they surrender, right? I mean, if they can't put up a good fight, we'll be the ones surrendering. Knock them around if you have to, sure, but don't overdo it. That means you, Orson. Of Twitch after beseeching YouTube for 40 days. I'm back. I'm back. Hey, come on, give me some credit, Commander. Okay, enough chatter. Let's give the Empire a battle worthy of our names as Freeblades. We back. Alright, so we have Leaf, of course. I feel like this game looks slightly different. I think you can change the... Okay, we want that to be fast. We want this to be fast. We want... It's interesting that there's no volume slider. There's just 3 notes, 2 notes, 1 note, or off. I like that. And then you can change the color, and I think you can even be more deliberate about it. Yeah. What do we want? Ooh, some like weird pink thing. Ooh, I like that. And then we make this like extremely green. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I like that. All right, I like that. We'll try that for a while. Oh wow, this guy's so I gotta remember how to do this. We're gonna get this guy out of here. Appreciate the offer. Thracia. Well, so I've been on YouTube. I've been working on Iron Manning all the games. So we did the first 4. What's that message? I don't know, some bot. So we did the first 4 games. We just finished Genealogy. My plan was to wait until we started 6 to start streaming again because I feel like people are more interested in the GBA games. But I just really wanted to start streaming again, and so yeah. So we're doing Thracia. Also, I think Thracia, honestly, is probably the game that gives me the best, like, reactions, because always something bad happens when we play Thracia, so I figured streaming it would be fun. Yeah, so anyways, we get Leaf, who is not very good. Does he have no authority stars to start with? Does anyone have any authority stars? She does, okay. She also has 2 movement stars. We have Evol, who's incredibly broken. Finn is really strong too. The beginning of this game is honestly pretty straightforward. So Orson's gonna want to go over here. Hopefully the translation patch that I found is good. I think it'll be okay. Because Orson can get a special weapon from that house, which of course we want. And then we have Helvin. So continue your Thracia file. Dude, Thracia is a nightmare. I love it, but it is something. Okay, it's gonna take me a second to get used to exactly how the menuing works. Oh, there's rescuing in this game, that's right. There's no rescuing. I don't think there's been a rescuing or the ability to rescue in any game we've played so far. Sorry, I stopped at like chapter 2x. The beginning of Thracia isn't too bad. It's when you get to the Manster Escape where like shit really hits the fan, but yeah, I don't know. Thracia is like, for me, Thracia is still a game that I really love playing because I've never been able to complete a run. It's the only game other than the remake of Heroes of Light and Shadow that I've attempted an Iron Man but not completed it. So that's part of the reason that I want to play it so desperately, or want to complete it, I should say. Okay, let's do our first capture. Capturing units on this map is like pretty, I don't want to say useless, but it's not very, you don't get a lot of lance users. So getting, like, for example, this guy's short lance really isn't that nice, but I don't think Finn yeah, he only has the brave lance to start with, so it's kind of nice for him. So yeah, this game does feature capturing, which is a mechanic that allows you to steal weapons from enemies. Leaf took a hit, yeah. Just have you go up kind of slowly. Especially purely for the TikTok content. Yeah, Thracia I think gives the most, like, the most rage. Menu grading colors. Yeah, I made it as annoying to look at as possible. We might have to change it in the future, but this is like one of the only Fire Emblem games that lets you, like, really dictate what it looks like. She just got 3 experience for dodging an attack, by the way. You don't see that a lot. And he got 8 experience for getting hit by one. Crush Wumpa fruit. They're pretty horrible. Papa, the fighting started already. Ain't no way to go about this damned battle. No matter how good Evol is, there's only one of her and a dozen of them. We need to hurry. I don't think he's seen Evol's stats though, because I'm pretty sure she can fight like 500 enemies and still be okay. For crying out loud, not again. Alright, so we get... This game is really interesting because as difficult as Thracia is, and I think it is pretty challenging, you actually get 2 extremely strong Jagons right at the start. So Evol and then Dogda, or Dogdar. Now, both of which are going to leave us pretty soon, but for the time being, we have some really strong units. You pulling your weight in the Free Blades, boy? Last thing Commander Evol needs is to babysit you. We're risking life and limb to protect the village, and you're gonna give me a lecture? You get a strange sense of gratitude, old man. Not even the Empire knocking down our front door can stop that foul mouth of yours, I see. Well, no point in dragging this out here. This is what you came for, right? For once you read my mind. When a fighting breaks out, I just feel off without my axe at my side. Which don't explain why you forgot it at home half the damn time. Yeah, he just went and fought pirates, by the way, and he didn't have his axe. What a genius. Hey, I came here for the axe, not to get chewed out. If that's all you wanted, then get going. Go on now. Don't keep the commander waiting for you. You don't need to tell me twice. Or these two screaming at each other. So we get the Bouge, or I'm never really sure how to pronounce it, but basically this thing is absolutely ridiculous. It is extremely powerful, and when you combine that, so the Wrath skill in this game, as you can see, says counterattacks always crit, which is extremely powerful. Normally Wrath is like when you have under 50% health, you either always crit, like in Genealogy, or in like some of the other games, it just gives you crit up. But basically with the Bouge and always critting, you can, this dude is insanely powerful. He's just ridiculous. The bougie, you want to call it the bougie? We can call it the bougie. It does look very bougie. Kind of a cool looking axe, although it honestly looks like a broken axe the way that it's displayed. But the bougie. Okay, can we capture this guy? Can we try to capture this guy maybe? 9, what? Short lances suck. Get a 5 might, Jesus. You're probably too strong, right? 60 minus 3. Yeah. That won't kill. Okay, we can do that. The bougie. Alright, or we can just crit. That works too. But yeah, Othin is an extremely powerful unit because the bougie is really, really powerful. Also, there are skills in this game like there were in the previous game. Like he has Miracle, which he did in the previous game. He has Vantage, which actually it says here, I don't know if it says this in all the translation patch, but it says specifically cannot stack with Wrath, because you might think because a counterattack with Wrath, I just hit my mic, sorry, is always a crit. If Vantage allows you to attack first and it's a counterattack, you would crit every single time, which is pretty broken, but it says specifically that does not work. Which is useful to know, because you might think that you've broken the game, but God, Leaf is so strong. But yeah, while there are crits in this game, you have Yeah. Or sorry, well, there are skills in this game. You don't need like a skill to double like the pursuit skill, or a skill to crit like the crit skill, nothing like that. So we're not as focused on skills as we were in the previous game, where you like desperately needed good skills to be able to actually do stuff. Sure. Oops. I believe the wait command was the first option in the previous game. I always hate when they change the menu slightly, because it's a great way when you get like, what's the word? Like muscle memory from playing a game. It's a great way to like really mess up that muscle memory. Y'all made it back, what a relief. But look, there's no Fiona free blades without Fiona, right? So don't just stop with them pirates, drive the Empire out of our village too. Not to imply that I ain't grateful, of course. Take this with you. Use it if you get scraped up. We don't have much in the way of medicine, but it's the least we can do for everything the commander's done for us. I believe this is probably a vulnerary. Vulneraries, I believe, heal you to full. Heals all HP, yeah. And the light brand can actually be used as a vulnerary, which is really weird, but pretty cool. Definitely good to have that on your lord, considering, obviously, if he dies, we lose. It's a sick combat right there. How much can you do, Marty? You could kill... Marty's a really interesting unit because he has 0 skill and 0 speed, but he has 15 constitution. And constitution in this game, I think it's constitution, or is build different than constitution? No, constitution basically determines whether or not you can like capture enemies. And capturing is a pretty useful thing to have access to, so we'd like to capture as much as we can. Although, like I said, on this first chapter, it's not super important. Can you not kill again? Those guys are weaker. Alright, yeah. Hey, Master Bambo, it has been a while. I hope you've been good. It has been a very long time. Can I capture him now, maybe? Yeah, it should work. I will also say that there is no... You never get money in this game, which is kind of weird. Like, in most Fire Emblem games, obviously, you just, like, get periodic money throughout, so you can buy some stuff. But there is no money in this game. The only way to get money in this game is to sell stuff. Now, thankfully, when weapons get depleted, you don't discard them. They become broken weapons in your inventory. And you can sell them, but they don't get sold for very much. So there really isn't a lot of money to be had in this game. You can sell other stuff, obviously, too. But I'll take your short lance. Thank you very much. FE5 with a vengeance. Exactly. Exactly. So, Master Bimbo, on my YouTube channel, I didn't stream it, of course, but I've been working on basically Iron Manning all the Fire Emblem games. So we did, of course, 1, 2, 3, and then I just finished Gaiden, so we are on to 5. So the plan for the stream, because I'd like to start streaming consistently like I did in the past, is to hopefully work through every Fire Emblem game. So we'll see how Fire Emblem 5 goes, because in the past we've had our complications toward this game, but yeah, that's the plan. Wow, you can literally one-shot this guy. Holy crap. Okay, well, don't do that. Capturing also removes, I believe it's half of all your stats, so it's like half your attack. Because when you rescue in this game, actually we can see it. Normally when you like rescue a unit in a Fire Emblem game, you lose like half your speed and half your skill, and that's about it. Okay, well, Halvin, if I'm gonna show it, you actually have to like hit the enemy. That would be good. Check your YouTube. Yeah, if you want to see, if you want to see the first through the fourth game, all the probably my last like bunch of uploads is just that. So if you want to watch any of those, I think I made a playlist out of most of them, although I haven't made the most recent one yet. But yeah, certainly if you're interested in any of that, it's all on there. FE12 lunatic reverse. FE12 is yeah, that one scares me. I mentioned when we started this that one of the reasons that I've always felt like Thracia is like a game that even having played it so much, I still don't like fully understand it. But FE12 is like that to the extreme. That game is wild. Weapons can be mighty expensive, can't they? Most folks here gotta make do by nicking supplies from Imperial troops. It's awful risky, but if you can capture an enemy alive, you can help yourself to their stuff. Matter of fact, I got the drop on an Imperial soldier myself. Heard I'm snoring from 3 houses away, so I took me a souvenir. Not that it'll do me much good, though. Probably better off in your hands, I reckon. And hey, if you don't need it, you can just hawk it for something else you need. What the hell? Okay, dude. Thank you, old man. Also, like, I understand that obviously killing an enemy and then getting their weapon would be kind of busted if you could just, you know, do that consistently, but why do they have to be dead? Doctor, you came down to fight with us? Evol, does me heart good to see you in one piece. Listen, you have any idea why the Empire would come all the way out here? It have anything to do with the boy? Yeah, the little Lord Leaf, he's not just some nobleman, he's the heir to House Leinster. I've been helping him hide from the Empire. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have kept this from you. I figured as much. Well, no use worrying about it now. As long as I get to cut down some of the Imperial dastards myself, we're even. What a guy. What a homie. Okay. It's tomorrow, Washington or Oregon. So that is one of the games I was thinking about because I know that game's big and the winner of that'll probably be in the playoffs. Honestly, I don't have a goddamn clue. I've been keeping up enough to know sort of where teams are ranked in college football, but I really don't know. I feel like just based off the college football I've watched, I think Oregon's like a more consistent team than Washington, like recently, but yeah, I honestly don't know really. I did watch the what was it, Michigan and Ohio State game, but yeah, I don't really know enough about college football. The only thing I know is that Wisconsin sucks. That's the most of my my knowledge. So I guess I would pick, although I guess Washington's undefeated and Oregon isn't, I think. So probably Washington's the better team, but I'd pick Oregon. I don't know. It just seems like Oregon's always better than Washington. I typically have done FE6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I've also done Indra Saga. Oh, it's a ROM hack. There's some there's those two Saga games that Kaga made. I was thinking about doing those, but I decided not to. I think I'll do those at some point. Yeah, that's really dope though. There's a lot of games too of finished Iron Mans. That was pretty much my list before starting this series and doing the first 4 games. Although to be honest, if you've done those, you can do 100% the first 4 games. They're all pretty easy, but yeah, no, definitely very cool to have completed that many. Especially the GBA games, especially FE6, and I think FE7 too. I think FE7 is pretty tough. So, but yeah, I would. Obviously, I'm not as familiar with the newer games, but that's probably the hardest stretch. I would say like FE6. I think Path of Radiant Serenity Dawn are also pretty tough. But yeah, I think I haven't played 12 very much, obviously. I think Shadow Dragon is tough, but in its own bizarre little way, so. You could, Oregon's the better program. Yeah, that's just the way that I feel like Washington, so I've never really focused too much. Oh, she can move again. There's also movement stars in this game, by the way, which I should mention, which is the reason she's able to move again. There are a lot of things in Thracia that are just, why are they in the game? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, in my experience watching college football, I always rooted for Wisconsin, or for Wisconsin, obviously for Wisconsin, for Washington. I don't know why, because they just weren't that good, and I wish that they were. But I always root for like the teams that are like don't tend to be the powers, you know. Sick combat. We love to see that. Maniac, FE9 was the hardest, followed by FE6 True Ending. Yeah, FE6 True Ending that one took me forever. Like, I didn't have that much trouble completing an FE6 Iron Man, but getting the True Ending, I just like, man, I had so many playthroughs where I just lost something and couldn't get that True Ending. Yeah, that one can be really tough. FE6 in general too is pretty tough, especially the early game. But if you're able to get out of that, it's fairly straightforward. But we see some movement level ups. Yeah, movement level ups are definitely the funniest. We got a couple last time. But yeah, movement level ups are always really funny to see. Hopefully we can see some good ones. Yeah, let's give me your short lance. Get rid of you. Oh, somebody should visit this village. Oh, actually, wait, there's a village. Hold on. I actually didn't pull this up. Give me 1 second here. Should probably bring up the chapter guide thing that I was using for genealogy. Chapter 1. Please convert to English. Okay. Because there's a house, I believe. Yeah, number 4. Yep, okay. So this house you can only visit with Othin. And this house you can only visit with Helvin. So Othin's really busted because the bougie is unique to him. Whereas Helvin gets a brave axe, which is really powerful, but it's not unique to Helvin. So it's not nearly or he's not nearly as unique of a unit. Releasing your Randall to a 17%. So man, when it happened, that really sucks. Oh, he's okay, right? Yeah. Did not realize that guy moved. Most of the guys in the houses don't move, but I guess this guy does. But yeah, I've definitely lost a lot of runs as well to like very minor things like that. It's just you have to keep like so much together. I had a string of runs where I kept one of the reasons that I never use Zeus, like I hate Zeus even though I think he's an okay unit, is that I had like a string of runs where Zeus would just die in the dumbest way, and you need him of course for like the final Gaiden chapter. It was so frustrating every time it happened. I had a run once where on the final chapter, the Zephyl chapter, Shin died. And I thought, okay, well that sucks. I trained Shin, so it sucks that he died, but you know, whatever, we move on. Except that he had the legendary bow, and of course you need to keep it alive. So yeah, I've definitely had my fair share of those very awkward moments. But that's why it's so frustrating, because there's so much can go wrong trying to get the good ending. I'm assuming that's a Washington guy. Who wants to kill this boss? You can actually do something kind of funny with Tanya here that we won't be doing, or at least not that much, because it's pretty useless and it's not super fun to watch. But so Tanya can attack this boss, right? She can't deal any damage, but something important happens here. Do you fools realize what you're doing? If I die, so do the women we took. Fuck you. Okay, so Tanya deals no damage, but she still gets 15 experience, even for doing that. And the way, again, this game works is when a weapon breaks, it becomes a broken weapon. It doesn't just disappear. So what you can do is basically just have Tanya attack that boss until the end of time, like literally forever. And you can get her to level 20 on the first chapter, like right now. Now, again, that's pretty boring and tedious. And Tanya, honestly, even a level 20 archer is not that good. So I'm not going to be doing that, but you can sort of abuse the fact that you can get... Oh, and this boss has no 2 range. That's the important bit, too. So Tanya will never get attacked back. But if you really want Tanya to be level 20 after chapter 1, you can just attack this boss over and over and over again. Although I wouldn't recommend that. Training Sakai route. Yeah, Sakai's definitely a pain. Although, I don't know. I mean, people say Sakai is way worse than Ilya, and it is, but to me, Sakai is more... Well, no, I shouldn't say that. I was about to say that Sakai wasn't that bad, but Sakai is pretty bad. The problem with Sakai is, like... the Gaiden chapter and the final chapter are just such a pain in the ass. Brother, I've got something real special for you. You can use this to keep yourself safe, right? An axe? Where in the world did you get such a fine weapon? Darndest thing, I was walking past the lake up on the mountain when the strange old crone just floated out of the water. She gave it to me, then vanished quick as a blink. I've been keeping it for you and taking real good care of it. Now put it to good use and make me proud. Okay, hold on. Can we talk about the fact that an old woman came out of the water and gave this woman an axe, and she's just like, that's a pretty normal thing. I think this is a callback to in Genealogy when Lex gets his axe. In chapter 2, that's basically exactly what happens. Is like a weird ghost comes out of the water and gives it to him, but yeah, he gets the Brave Axe, which is really powerful, but again, the Brave Axe is not unique to him, so it's not nearly as, it doesn't make him as unique as Helvin. If you don't hit this guy more, he's gonna heal all of his health. Training, like most lords, training Leaf in this game isn't like the most important thing in the world, but during the Manster escape, giving him some extra levels is actually pretty darn useful, so. Although Leaf is not a very good unit. Actually look at growth. I wasn't really looking at growth very much in Genealogy because they don't really matter, but in this game I'm actually a bit more curious. Thracia is in kind of that, it's still in that era of Fire Emblem where everybody's growths are like pretty crappy. It isn't until you get to 6 and then the other GBA games where you start to get like actually decent growths. Oh, by the way, Marty, who's the character that I mentioned, has 0 skill and 0 speed. Also has a 10% skill growth and a 15% speed growth, so he won't be getting any more of either of those stats. Much to kill Ballista and Bolting Tomes on top of the fire. Yeah, they're really cooking a bullshittery with this one. Yeah, that one, you'll live to regret this, all of you. That one really sucks. Like, that chapter is awful. And then that Gaiden chapter, what frustrates me so much, because, so that chapter is extremely frustrating, right? But the final Ilia chapter is also, like, pretty difficult. It's got, like, Siege Tomes. That's a really good level up. Wow. Apparently, I just need to shit-talk Leaf, and then he gets, look how crappy he still is, even with that good level up. But the Sakai one is on a whole other level. But the Sakai Gaiden chapter is so frustrating because the Ilia Gaiden chapter is ridiculously easy. So that one really frustrates me. I didn't visit this, right? No, okay, we should do that. But yeah, the final Sakai chapter is a nightmare. Those Imperial dogs took Dame Marita and Lady Nana, just snatched them right up like they was cattle. You're not gonna let them get away with that, are you? If you're fixing to fight the Empire, take this with you. This here ring's enchanted with some spell or another. But don't just wear it on your finger like some common bauble. You gotta actually use it, right? Do you want me to eat it? What are you insinuating? Okay, that's actually, I'm really glad that I didn't forget to visit that house because the life ring is extremely important. We're gonna be giving that to Leaf because he is our main lord and it's really important to give him more health. This is actually, as bad as Leaf is, and he is really bad, if you give him the life ring, the amount of HP he gets actually makes him like a pretty solid unit in the like mid game. And you can Sakai. Yeah, I actually usually go Sakai. As much as Sakai is horrible, and it is, for some reason I just always wind up going Sakai. I don't know why. It's not a good idea on my part, but yeah, I think we went Sakai on that one. Recruit Asbel. Yeah, we'll recruit Asbel. Well, don't you auto recruit Asbel? But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Asbel's the best unit in the game, so hopefully we recruit him. Yeah. What up, little Gavo? Yeah, man, true notification jump scare. What's up? I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're doing well. Nana Marita, where are you? Please answer me. Looks like Baron Raedric has his hands on him. Hey guys. Oh, one other thing, I'm sure you've noticed this. Normally when I play these games, there's a decent amount of people here, so I'll mention this. I don't read any of the stories, but part of this series I've been doing where we Iron Man all the games, I feel like learning the stories a little bit better for me. Is something that I've been enjoying doing, so I don't know if it's cringy or anything to read all the dialogue, but I've been reading all the dialogue, so that'll be kind of different. But yeah, what that means, they were taken to Manster, right? Yeah, it's bargaining chips in case Wiseman couldn't finish the job. It's the sort of thing Raedric would pull, all right? Why didn't Raedric just stay here? He could have murdered us. God's breath. Commander, we have to give chase. The two of them are counting on us. I'm gonna say God's breath for fuck next time something bad happens. Now look here, little leaf. Commander, you said yourself I'm not a child anymore. Nene and Marito were taken captive because of me, and I refuse to let anyone suffer in my place. I'll never again let someone sacrifice their life in exchange for mine. I understand. We leave at dawn then. I won't lie, little lord. This is gonna get rough. Get some rest while you can. We beat the first chapter. Beating Fire Emblem 4. Thank you. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous of Fire Emblem 4. It didn't actually wind up being that bad, but I was slightly nervous about playing through that because the last time I played through Fire Emblem 4, I found that the endgame of Generation 2 really kind of kicked my ass, but I think I'm just, I don't know, I guess a better Fire Emblem player now, but I didn't find it too difficult, but it was a lot of fun to play. I had a lot of fun with that game. Oh, that's right. You're right. You guys are right. You need to recruit all of the. Yep, that's during the Master Escape. We'll get there, but yes, I will. Recruiting Asbel is extremely important because, like I said, he's basically the best unit in the entire game. I'm pretty sure. I forgot you have to go to the guide chapter, but yeah, we will do our best to do that. Giving chase to Raedric, Leaf set out for Manster to rescue his companions. But while making his way along the shore, he passed near a small settlement, a coastal village by the name of YS. Is that a typo? Is it supposed to be YS? Well, it just says the coastal village, so I guess you can call it whatever. Bucks, is this kind of body count really necessary? We're here to make coin, not gut everything that moves. Look here, smart aleck. We got as nice a division of labor going. I don't tell you how to plan your strategies and whatnot, and you don't tell me how to go plundering. Oh, and if it's them Freeblade folk you're worried about, we already saw to them. The boss tipped off the Empire that the Leinster boy was hiding with him. Leinster boy? Wait, you mean Leaf the Prince? Are you certain of this? Sure am. The boss grabbed one of the village folk and used his talents with a knife to loosen his tongue. Stubborn fellow, though. Might have survived if he talked sooner. He resorted to torture, did he? You're meant to talk? Boss says you're the one who interrogated... or who taught him everything he knows about interrogation. There's a reason you ain't with the church no more, mate. Damn it, Lithus. You've become more trouble than you're worth. It's time we parted ways. I just need to make a contract with the Leinster heir, and this Lithus is disposable. Or Lithus? In this translation patch? I always thought it was Lithus, but... now, how should I go about this? Well, before anything else, I must alert my benefactor. For it's much easier than FE5. Yeah, I agree with that. I think I was just worried about the end game because I think if you're not sort of as focused on so I was using a lot of like the charm skill and the authority stars to give myself better hit, and when you're fighting all the enemies with holy weapons and like powerful skills and stuff, if you're not as focused on the gameplay, like I think the last time I played Genealogy, I was like using save states and stuff, and games seem a lot more difficult when you're just ramming units into units. So if you're careful, it's not too bad, but it can get tough once the holy weapons get involved and stuff. Commander, over here, that village is being raided. That's Lithus' crew by the look of it. They've been quite as a mouse for a while, but I guess they move fast. And we have to move faster. We cannot stand and allow this to happen. Always heard YS read a lot as Ease? Like the Ease game franchise? Oh, I've never heard of that. Ease. Okay, maybe that's what they were getting at. I thought it was just like a typo, but you're probably right. Ease. Using Lil Manster. Oh, for the translation patch? No, I think it's called something else. I'm not 100% sure. Isn't it like Project Exile or something? Hold on, actually, I think I have it in my documents. I can tell you if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, it's called Project Exile. If Lil Master is something different, I don't know what's better. I just looked up translation patch and this was the first thing I found. So Dead Lords and getting Juliet, yeah. Thankfully, the nice thing is, despite the fact that the enemies are extremely strong and get really powerful, you also have some really powerful units of your own. And so, like, for example, in our end game, we pretty much just let Sed do anything he wanted, and it worked out. So, but yeah, it definitely, like, it's definitely very slow. I feel like that's my biggest problem with Genealogy. I really had fun sort of micromanaging the units and stuff, but man, that game can really feel like a slog sometimes. I'm not sure it's a game I want to play again anytime soon, but... Hello, what's up, Bello? Oh, so I changed... thank you for bringing that up. So I changed the stream title when I started, but I didn't change which game I'm playing, so... Thank you for bringing that up. I will... I'm gonna get Thracia. Does Twitch even... It does know. Alright. Okay, it should say that I'm streaming Thracia now. Again, thanks for mentioning that. I hope you've been well, Bello. I know it's been a long time since I have streamed, but we're back. Use Morty Marty all game or Riot. We could use Marty. One of the nice things about this game is that once you start to get the what do you call it? The scrolls, you can actually sort of adjust people's growths quite a bit. So even though Marty appears as though he's never going to have any speed or skill, you can actually sort of manipulate it and make him an okay unit. So we could try to use Marty if you want me to. He is a very funny unit. Let's get... All right, perfect. Oops. I'm a fan of Marty. Oh my god, I thought he was gonna miss 385%. Actually, missing might have been better because we could have captured that guy, but... Boris is one of your FE6 Iron Mans? He could be. He definitely could be. I mean, I don't think Marty's really that bad of a unit, to be honest. His hit is really bad, obviously. He's not good at, like, fighting bosses or anything like that, but he is really good at capturing enemies, which is definitely a skill. Definitely a useful skill. Like this guy, for example. Which is the best I use since it's the most... Oh, is it? So some quality of life and name changes. TC deployment. Oh, it lets you see unit deployment slots. Character hidden skills, in-game growths. Project Exile is good though. It's not the original one? Yes, the original one. So I played, I've been playing obviously Fire Emblem for a long time, and I played a lot on the original one when I was younger. Oh my god, that translation patch. I appreciate anyone who puts time into translating any of these games, but holy shit. That thing was something else. That's really cool though. I'm kind of sad that I didn't go with that one, but yeah, that's a lot of really cool stuff. P6 randomized so hard it became a different game. Yeah, that is very randomized. That's really cool to be able to see the like deployment areas, because that's... Oh my god, guys, can we start hitting these attacks? Because that's one of the really annoying things is, like, obviously you know if you played the game, but you don't just get to like decide where everybody goes. You have to decide on like what number in the deployment they are, and it's very tedious, or at least it can be. More stupid when you find another bad unit. Thracia is... One of the fun things about Thracia is it is filled with terrible units, but most units can be pretty good in this game, so we can definitely find some shitters to to try to train for sure. I think we used the character we're about to recruit in the last playthrough, Ronan, even though he's a weird character. Guys, can we hit some attacks? Although, to be honest, you get experience whether you hit or miss in this game, so. Just garbage data. Yeah, I can imagine. I have to imagine translating anything in these sort of games is tough, but yeah, it's crazy how far. I thought, because we had that translation patch for so long, I was pretty sure that like there would never be a new translation patch, but it's cool that, well, multiples I guess now exist. Ronan, stop, Ronan. Ma, I can't stay out of this any longer. I know how you feel about the free blades, but please let me fight alongside him. Come on, I've been shooting battles off. Oh no, I've been shooting bottles off fence posts for years now. I'm good enough with a bow that I won't hold them back, none. But, you never been in a real fight like this before. You that eager to leave your mother alone in this world? That don't matter none. Every battle is somebody's fight. First, right? Guess this will be mine. I don't care about you, Mom. I mean, maybe you can stand hold up in here and waiting to die, but I sure can't. And we get Ronan. Ronan is a very weird unit because he has 3 movement stars, which I think is the most in the entire game. It means I think he has a 15% chance to move twice every turn, something like that, which is interesting. And he also has a really high, what is his magic growth? It's like really high. Yeah, he has a 15% strength growth and a 55% magic growth, which, to be fair, magic does double as what do you call it, resistance in this game. So having a really high magic growth actually does have some utility, but yeah, a really bizarre unit. Definitely better than our first archer. Tanya is pretty bad. She's really fast, but that's about it. So yeah, but there's no magic bows. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Although again, to be fair, the ability to have really good resistance is at least something. But yeah, very odd unit for sure. Very strange little unit. We can try to capture him next turn, I guess. I should probably actually just break through here. I don't know what I'm doing. These pirates grow bolder by the day. Just recently, I heard that a cleric fleeing Tara was taken prisoner by him. Mayhap you can help the poor dear, eh? Here, take this for your trouble. If you manage to find her, do send word that she's alright. That is Safi, I believe. He's like FE3 got improved translations. I played FE3 not too long ago. I didn't really think much of the translation, but I don't know. For me, I understand that people want like different, because obviously the names and stuff can be different. Considering how much I played with the original Thracia translation, as long as it's not like horrific, I'm pretty pretty happy with whatever. Okay, guys, we have to hit this guy at some point. Like, we do. Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point. Gulzes does have, yes, I know that because in our last playthrough, he got berserked and then movement starred and killed the person that was trying to restore him. So yeah, you are right. He does have a bunch of movement stars. Yeah, exactly. The doubling is the res stat's pretty nice. Ronan, I don't think Ronan is definitely a meme, but I don't think he's like a terrible unit, to be honest. The fact that he already has a stat that it's as unique as res, like again, you can fix most units like bad stats in this game by just giving them scrolls. So it's hard to say that he's like a good unit because he's a meme, but I don't think he's actually too bad, to be honest. But you do have to put some effort into him for sure. Again, oh, okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. It's been a bit since I played that through that game, but I do remember there being some weird translations in that, and it's always weird when you're playing because, like, you don't really know which one is the correct one, so to speak, and which one isn't. But yeah, if you had a strength growth, if it was better than 15%. Sick. It's a classic Marty. What are Marty's growths other than speed and skill, obviously? 15 strength. He does have a 40% defense growth. The thing about Marty is, as much of a meme as he is, and he is, like, at least he has a good HP and defense growth, right? And build is also like a fairly unique growth because you can't, or constitution, because you can't affect constitution with any of the scrolls. So when you think about it, Marty is kind of one of the best characters in the game because he already has the stat that you can't get from the scrolls. So you lot just had to play hero, didn't you? Now this whole village will be raised by the pirates in revenge. Wait, we didn't do anything. They'll make one big bloody example out of us. What are we supposed to do? How can you say something so cruel, brother? These people are putting their lives on the line for us, and you've got the nerve to complain? You're too naive. The pirates would have killed us for sure. But they had no reason to hunt down everyone. Except these idiots couldn't leave well enough alone. I'm sorry about my brother. He wasn't always like this. By way of an apology, take this magic trinket. Not sure what it does, but maybe it'll be of use to you. It's about time somebody showed those pirates what it's like to fight for their lives for a change. Speed ring. How much does speed ring give? 3. Could also give that to Leaf. I don't actually know who I usually give the speed ring to. I know the HP ring always goes to Leaf for me. That one is without question, but... Twin Cycle also keeps magic as resistance stat. I think I like resistance being different than magic, but it is interesting. Fit the constitute. Yeah, that makes sense. So they're gonna suck. Yeah, they do. But again, we can fix most of that with scrolls, and we can do our best. Level 20 in the Master Arc, yeah. He's really good throughout. As crappy as Leaf is, throughout most of the game, he is really good, especially if you give him the HP ring throughout the Manster Escape, for sure. I'm gonna do this. Getting axes is kind of nice because we actually do have a decent amount of axe users, but 15, that won't kill. Yes. No, wait, it will kill. Well, I can't do math. That's oh, on Paragon mode. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, we'll definitely. That's usually where I get him like the most of his experience. He'll definitely wind up getting a decent amount of levels during the Master Escape. I wouldn't mind giving him some levels here too. Oh, I thought I had enough. Oh, I misread the attack speed. I thought I had enough attack speed to double. I don't know. I clearly don't know what's going on because I am lost in these fights right now. Okay, that should work. Stuff at chapter 14. Yeah, Thracia is certainly a game. I think once I finally complete an Iron Man of Thracia, I'll feel a lot better about it. But right now it's like my white whale, you know. Like it's other than Fire Emblem 12, it's the only game that I've like tried to complete, but like haven't completed an Iron Man of, you know. Here's a capture. So capture, it unfortunately when you do the capture, it lowers all of your stats. Oh, there's something actually I was going to mention earlier. So normally in most Fire Emblem games, when you rescue a unit, you lose half of your skill and speed. But in this game, you lose half of your strength, skill, speed, and defense. So when you try to make the capture act, you lose those stats whether or not you're successful with the capture. So it's more difficult to capture an enemy and more dangerous than to not capture them. But if you do, you rescue them and then you can basically steal their items and then let them go. So because we captured this guy, we get a free Iron Axe. So that's the benefits of capture, but also the... Where's the cutscene? Oh yeah, perfect. There you go. But yeah, so that's the positives and the negatives. It makes it a lot more dangerous because yeah, I mean that's why Dogder, despite how strong he is missing a bunch of health. But yeah. You with? Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my god! Did he just get one shot? Wait, I wasn't paying attention at all. Oh, fuck, we already lost somebody. No, I think he was missing health from the archer. Well, bye Ronan. Hey, we're not gonna be training Ronan. Yeah. Yeah, captures the so there's no, you never get any money in this game, so there's no ability to like, you can sell stuff of course and there are shops, but you never get any money, so outfitting your units comes more from capturing and taking weapons than buying stuff. And yeah, anyone can capture, you can only capture at one range, so like I guess an archer can't capture, that's a good example, but you need to have more constitution than them. So like Marty, for example, Where's Marty? Marty's a pretty weak unit across the board, but his constitution is extremely high, so he can do the capture action pretty consistently. So like these guys are fairly hard to capture. Like Evolve, for example, can't capture even though she's really strong, so you got to be careful with that. But yeah, that's a good point. If an enemy has a staff, they technically don't have a weapon, so you can just capture them for free. Or if they just don't have a weapon, like if they break their weapon, you can just capture them for free. So most like clerics and stuff, you can basically just get their weapons for free. You can also, we'll talk about this later when we actually get a thief, but you can steal anything. There's something with this stealing. I think you need to have more constitution than the weapon weight, something like that. But with Lithus, you can basically just steal fire tomes for free off enemies, which will come into play quite a bit later, but it's quite useful. But yeah, I would say overall, as much fun as it is to capture, I think you should probably capture less than I do, but it's just fun to capture, you know? So I do it a lot, but yeah, there are going to be some stuff later that you really want to capture, so. Oh, I kind of messed this up. Oh well, we can get a level for or some experience for Orson. There's actually a boss later on that you have to capture in order to get a guidance chapter, and it's an absolute pain in the ass. So we'll deal with that when we get there. But yeah, speed's nice. I like speed. Yeah, that's a good point too. Your units can also get captured. Obviously, like that one person wasn't trying to capture Ronin. It depends on whether or not I think the AI thinks they can actually capture the unit, but you can actually use this to your advantage quite a bit. I don't know why that reset the music when I did that, but whatever, it was a lot. So I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, Eval basically has to fight this guy. He's too strong to basically fight with anybody else. So. Oh, also, not that it matters because she's so strong, but you have no idea who you're dealing with. I'm the Bucks, a beast born of a life at sea. But Eval cannot die during these first parts. So, like I said, she's so powerful that it's likely that she won't die anyways. But she literally cannot die. Like, it's not a game over condition. She just can't do it. So, but yeah, you can, if you have a unit and then you take off all their items, you can actually kind of manipulate the AI a little bit, because once an enemy captures one of your units, their stats go down quite a bit, just like ours were. Bro, you gotta hit this guy at some point. We'll see this a lot during the Mancer escape in particular, but yeah, you can manipulate enemy stats a little bit by doing that, which is pretty useful. You're the wrong person. Give him a little bit of experience here. So we'll be doing that, but that's probably not in the first part of the game, not until a bit later. Yeah, the Draco Knight Blaster in Chapter 8, yeah. That boss is an absolute nightmare. Such a pain. You basically just have to sit there and, like, spam the Brave Lance with Finn and hope that you, like, get a crit or something, if you want to have any shot of doing that. Critical plus a hidden skill. Oh, I didn't know it was a hidden skill, and Set has it too. I suppose that makes sense. Again, like, it's not that big a deal because it's so unlikely that they would be in jeopardy anyways because they're so strong. But yeah, I didn't know it was a hidden skill they had, but I knew it was a thing. Interesting. You lose somebody last time to a capture. I mean, I probably did. I've lost characters to any number of ways that they could possibly die in this game. I don't remember somebody getting captured in particular, but probably. So when we get to the Mancer escape, like I said, we're going to be using that sort of letting the enemy capture us strategy quite a bit. And it can get a little hairy because you got to be careful. Because obviously if you let an enemy capture a unit, you have to kill them, because otherwise you're just going to lose the unit flat out. So I would not be surprised if in the past I had lost a unit in that way. nerdy on the drug draw games. This game in particular, I think there's so much like unique stuff to it. I think it's really cool. But yeah, good information for sure. I'm gonna heal. I don't really think there's a way that I can kill this guy with Leaf, but if I do, he could potentially die, and we don't want that, obviously. I've actually gotten myself into a bit of a pickle here. There's a lot of enemies. I really want to capture these guys, but it's pretty dangerous to do that. Ooh, that was a good level up. Helvin's not like a great unit because again he doesn't have the bougie, but he's not a terrible unit. He's definitely one that you can train for sure. Find this game. I would agree. I love Thracia for sure. So many weird mechanics and design choices. Yeah, Thracia is definitely, in my opinion, like it's hard to say that it's the strangest Fire Emblem game because at its core, it's actually fairly normal, like in the way that I'm a little bit worried about Halvin. I'm a little bit worried about Orson too, and Marty. Put myself in kind of an awkward position here. But you know, if you appreciate all the little weird things in the game, which you know I really like, then I think these games are. We'll do this, I guess. Maybe that'll help out. I think Marty's okay. Anyways, sorry, I got lost in. We're never gonna kill this guy, by the way. Oh, I was saying. So there are some other games like, for example, Gaiden or Genealogy. They're just so like different from other Fire Emblem games that it's hard to say that Thracia is the most unique. But as far as mechanics go, there are so many like unique things here. Even like movement stars and leadership stars and the capture mechanic, and like it just goes on and on and on. There are just so many weird things. I both love and hate this game, to be honest. Oh, 100% the same. 100%. Absolutely the same. Okay, Leaf. I see you, buddy. Tone of difficulty, which is just knowledge check. That's very true. There's a lot of stuff. Yes, this is a game. Thracia is very much a game where you can get stuck very, very easily if you don't know exactly what to do. And that is something that's always a bit frustrating, right? When it, like, there's stuff that you couldn't really figure out unless you went and looked it up, which there is a bit of that in Thracia for sure. I shouldn't even say a bit, there's a lot of that in Thracia. I mean, if you don't know what a movement star is, you know, there's basically no way that you're ever going to figure it out unless you go look it up. Which maybe isn't the best way to, you know, construct your game, but... By the way, we've been getting pretty lucky here with Orson, but there was a... I shouldn't say there was a reasonable chance of him dying, because some 23s would have had to hit, but... That was a little sketchier than I was hoping. Dude, has she missed every attack? Like, what the fuck? We do need her to kill this guy at some point. Like, I mean, we're still fighting, so, you know, you still have some time, Evolve, but, I mean, at some point I'd love to, you know, get through this chapter. Your movement star clip, yeah. Well, that dude, that dude should not have had a movement star. We've had our problems with movement stars. You know what's funny? I don't know if this is the clip specifically that you're referring to, but that's a good level up. But there's a clip from the first time I ever played this game on stream where I yell out, 2 ballistas can hit Karen? No! And my friend loves that clip so much that in our Discord channel, you can add like sound clips, and he has that as one of the sound clips, and he spams it all the time. So I've given him entertainment at the very least from my pain in this game. Contribute for items sell, so you get no money. Oh, fatigue. Yeah, fatigue's one that I didn't mention. Fatigue, movement stars, skills. Yeah, 90, yep, 90. Yeah, you can't go over 99 hit, and you can't go under 1 hit. Yep. Yeah, there are like almost infinite things in this game that are nearly completely unique. I was gonna play good defense and right wrong fucks. Ah, feels bad. Yeah, I'm a little worried about about that, but you know, we'll be all right. The Milwaukee Bucks can take a lesson from this boss, I think. But yeah, no, I totally agree. There are like infinite unique things to this game that really aren't in many other games. We should be well. Oh, I should. That was stupid. I wanted to check around the map, but I think we're okay. I don't think anyone can die. Yeah, we should be alright. Did I get all the villages? Okay, looks like I did. When are in a game where you can miss an attack. Wait, what do you mean? Where you can miss an attack and the enemies can hit you? I definitely think that the hitting seems weird in this game. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that, Lagabo, but okay, maybe Doctor doesn't die. That would be ideal. Oh, you're just saying. I think I see what you're saying. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah. Okay. Which is a hitting it. Yeah, okay, I got you. I thought you were saying something more specific, but yeah, I totally agree. This game is like you really, yeah, that's a good point about Fire Emblem 6. People complain about that. Thracia is the ultimate nightmare in regards to that. Like, you can't rely on anything. People think like dodge tanking isn't a good strategy in Fire Emblem games, and which it's not. In this game, don't even think about it, right? If you think like, okay, well, I can dodge like 320% in a row, I don't think so. I wouldn't do that ever. Well, Fire Emblem 6 has the benefit of having, what is it, 1 RN or whatever. It's just that the hit rates are so god awful in that game. This game, the hit rates are just like irrelevant, you know? See, like for example, nobody can hit anything. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. People complain a lot about like, oh man, I played Fire Emblem 6 and no, actually, you know what's the worst? So I had never played this game before in my life. And if anyone in the chat's played it, you might understand what I'm saying. But it's not Fire Emblem 6, it's not Fire Emblem 5. The game with the worst hit rates and the worst for this, well, okay, it's this because we keep missing, is Gaiden. If you've ever played Gaiden, that game is a fucking nightmare, dude. It's awful. Nobody has any good hit. All the magic can only cap out at like 80 hit. It is horrible. It's the only Fire Emblem game that when playing it on like stream or recording for YouTube, I had to increase the speed because it was so bad. I mean, everything misses in that game. It's insane. Around for all of Kaga's games? Yeah. You definitely, like I said, for like dodge tanking and even like your own hits, you definitely have to be way more. Oh, he's just gonna vulnerary now. Oh my god. We are never gonna kill this guy. Jesus Christ. But yeah, for me, like, dude, Gaiden is probably the one Fire Emblem game I would never ever want to play again. Like, oh my god, that game, dude. It's a nightmare. Just on 1 RN, mathematically ends up being different than 2 RN, or long horizon. Oh. Okay, I hope the stream's okay. Everything just went white. What the hell? Hey Firefox, are we good? Or are we exploding? It looks like OBS is still running. And that's the... Oh, is it? Okay. I think. Oh my god, everything's black now. Okay, if we're still streaming, then great. If we're not, okay. Okay, I think we're still streaming because OBS still says that I am. But... Or wait, does it? Everything's frozen. I can't see the Twitch chat right now. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, my OBS is frozen, but it looks like the stream is still running okay. Yeah, okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Let's see how 100 versus 1,000 numbers are set differently. Whenever it randomly rolls. Yeah, I guess I don't know enough about math to know exactly how it works, but yeah, my understanding is that in the one on one RN they just roll 1 and on 2 they roll 2. So the actual hit is going to be different, but yeah. Okay, the stream's good. Yeah, good. Oh my god, yeah, Nosferatu with a 40 hit, dude. Oh my god. I can't believe Silk's name. Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, Gaiden, like, dude, I just... Not only that, but Gaiden is also such a bizarre game, like, I don't know. Gaiden might be like the one Fire Emblem game that I never ever want to play again, to be completely honest. Okay, can Evolve kill this guy, please? Jesus Christ. Yeah, the way it works in game is just that, yeah, 1RN is much more like lower numbers hit a lot more consistently. I guess I'll just let that guy attack me. This guy's a steel axe. Why is this guy so strong? Oh my god, that guy's jacked. I feel like I've completely lost the plot of what I'm doing in the game, but that's okay. Whatever. But yeah, anyways. But Gaiden is also weird, like, for example, Celica's route is such a, like, mess. Like, if you don't train a good, like, Pegasus Knight or two, I don't know how you do Celica's route. It's such a nightmare. It's a weird game for sure. Oh, the notification came up on the Discord. I was curious if it would still do that. My friend actually set that up, that it would like alert people in the Discord when that's cool. I like that. Although I haven't streamed in quite some time. Okay, did we crit? We did. Okay, can we finally kill that guy? I think I'm ready to leave this chapter. All right, I'm gonna go for this capture. If we miss, it's okay. I can just kill with a ranged weapon, so Marty can't die. I do need to focus more on the game. I will say, that is one of the skills that I realized while streaming is I tend, not blaming anyone, of course, this is my own fault, but I tend to get a little distracted, and so that's a skill that I definitely need to work on. Make case for... Let's begin. 60s? Yeah. Yeah, I remember her being good. Honestly, did I make... I can't remember if I made a tier list for Gaiden. I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember much from Gaiden. Like, I blanked a lot of that out. I think I probably said Alm was the best character, because he's quite good in the game. Dude, Evolve, can you murder this guy? I'm so sick of this. He's still some more vulnerable we still have to get through. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean, I don't pretend to know enough about the game to know whether or not she's like the best character, but yeah, it's definitely really slow and tedious to train her in that game. Just those hit rates, man. You know what always really frustrated me was fire hit rate. Like the fact that magic, the like most accurate magic was like 80%. Dude, that, man, that really frustrated me. Oh yeah, vulneraries are not only are vulneraries just elixirs in this game, but also the light brand doubles as a an elixir basically, which is quite powerful. Quite powerful indeed. I have full health. Okay, good. But yeah, vulneraries in this game are really good. They're a little bit like the vulneraries are in like Radiant Dawn, although obviously better because they're full on elixirs, but they're kind of like they are in that game where like stabs aren't as important because you have vulneraries, but stabs are still good, obviously. Oh, that's right. I actually forgot about that stabs can heal. Yeah, or stabs can heal. Yeah, that's crazy. That stabs can miss. Yeah. God, this game is the fucking nightmare, dude. Yeah, stabs can miss in this game. That makes perfect sense. I believe there is a point where a cleric gets enough skill to where the staff will like basically never miss, but I don't really remember what that skill is. But yeah. Does the flame sword heal too? Really? Oh, Lil Gabo knows. Yeah, 10 plus skill. Yeah, it's mostly just the weak ones. Like I think Safi for a little while, and when you recruit, not Sarah. Whatever the name of the little girl with the thief staff is, she also misses a decent amount, but yeah. Once you get to enough skill, it doesn't matter. This is mind-boggling. I didn't know the flame sword, Tina, yeah. I didn't know the flame sword healed. Does it heal? Can you, like, use it? Like the, Oh, are you sure it heals? She's adept, okay. Just one base skill, yeah. She's really annoying to use. Tina is a real pain. You regret that someday I deserve to die at sea. I deserve to die at sea? Okay. Okay, do you want to capture this guy? We probably could. I mean, why not? Can you kill? Yeah. Marty, you wanna do a little capturing? Okay, if I miss, I'll have to just kill, but kill the final boss. We did it. We beat the game, everybody. Feels that way, doesn't it? Oh my god, that took forever. I mean, honestly, she did it in pretty good time, to be completely honest, because we've now finally beaten all the pirates. Do we want to give the speed ring to Leaf? That was the only thing I was kind of thinking. Because we have that speed ring. I don't really know who needs it. I'm trying to think. We could give it to Marty if we're serious about trading him, which I kind of am. Yeah, that is a good point. Missing in general in this game actually isn't that big of a deal because, yeah, she has the thief staff, which is extremely powerful. Oh yeah, anyone who can use good staves, and anyone especially who has a specific staff like that, is extremely good in this game. I'm kind of thinking, like, do we want to give it to Marty? On the other hand, I could give it to Leaf. I think Leaf's speed growth actually isn't that bad though. It's 40. It's actually his best growth, so I kind of feel like I don't have to do it. I don't really remember who I normally give the speed ring to. Like the HP ring always goes to Leaf. I think that's the best place for it, but I don't know about the speed ring. Lord Leaf, I presume, and you are Augustrius or Augustus at your service. I'm a priest of Bragi on pilgrimage. Is there something you need of me? With respect, I don't have time to spare on talk. Neither do I. I take it you're headed on the Corsair Isles to nip this pirate threat in the bud. Indeed, if we leave them be, it's only a matter of time before they, until they come. I can't talk. It's only a matter of time until the scum attacks East. Did we say it was East again? Besides, I hear they're also keeping a cleric captive there. I see. In that case, allow me to be your navigator. I can guide you to the Isles. What? Why would a priest know the way to the Corsair Isles? This old man has many surprises left in him yet. I'll tell you that much. Still, the decision is yours. I mean, yes, sure. Why not? Oh yeah, anyone who has even a decent staff rank in this game is 100% S tier. If there's the potential that you can use warp, yeah, you're one of the best characters in the game for sure. Especially if you're recruited fairly early. I shouldn't have said this, Lephis, but don't you dare lay a hand on the cleric. Oh, I shouldn't have to say this. Alright, got it. You can stand to give me the time of day, Saphia. Oh, I always thought it was just Safi, but Saphia. I'll probably just say Safi. We both know I could get anything you want. Just go along with me, yeah? I've given my word to see Lady Linoan's... Linoan? Let's say Linoan's hopes realized. Unless you wish to join us in fighting for Tara, I will not falter. To take up arms against the Empire, may as well stand on the shore and try to push the tide back. Perhaps it sounds impossible, but the alternative is to do nothing, as innocent children are ritually slaughtered. No matter the cost, no matter with, no one with a drop of humanity could stand by and allow this to continue. We're not naive. Everyone knows the risks. We know we'll likely die, but this isn't just about us. This is bigger than one city or one society. This is about resisting the grip of damnation itself. It's like Loptir in the genealogy translation, but it's Loptus. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna say Lopter, but yeah, I don't know. Lopter beckons, Liphis. The world hurtles ever closer toward its jaws. Tara is the only place in Jugdrall still in dispute. Where will you be when history is written? Isn't Isaac also kind of in dispute? Well, look, you're out to fulfill your lady's hopes, right? If I say yes, will you fulfill one of my own hopes? If it's in my power, then I will. It's a deal. I talked to my boys. Make sure everybody's on board, but don't forget our little arrangement. Very well. Of all the rotten luck, we just had to land right as it was getting dark. Timing isn't ideal, granted, but with a torch in hand, your men will be able to see a ways ahead. I don't believe we have any flint or tinder handy. What are our chances without torches? Your men won't be totally blind, but they'll barely be able to see in front of them. Still, I imagine you can find a spare torch or two lying around here somewhere. Let's get moving with no time to waste. Thracia is kind of interesting because it's such a, genealogy is such a grand story, but obviously Thracia is such a small story within it. So it's not like we actually fight the Empire or, I mean, we are fighting the Empire, but not to the degree that you do in genealogy. So as you use Lightbrand, yeah, I suppose. How much does that weighs 6 and that weighs 10? Yeah, that's quite a bit. So this gets completely canceled out, which is nice. I don't know who I want to give it to be honest. You Berserk Reinhardt? I never thought about that. We might have to use that, because my problem with this game has always been the end game, so perhaps I'll think about that. OP staff on screen. Yeah, Safi is definitely one of the better units. Safi has a unique staff too, right? She has Hammer. I think that's unique to her. All right, Logabo. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. Anyways, let's get started here. I'll probably do like this one more chapter and then call it. We'll see. Look, I kind of want to give it to Marty, but I feel like that's a bit of a meme. I mean, training Marty is a meme, but... Oh, hello. Yeah, let me see. I'll eventually have to start using the guide that I was using more consistently, but I know the early game of this at least fairly well. Yeah, there's a torch. You can get a torch if you go to like the top. I don't know how useful that is. You have an iron bow. Well, I may as well try to... Oh my god. I should probably dismount him, to be honest. There is mounting and dismounting in this game, which definitely means that most like cavaliers and cavalier type units aren't quite as good as they would be in other games. Capturing is also something that, like, I think this game does a really good job of sort of introducing at least some of its mechanics. Like, for example, while capturing is useful throughout the entire game, of course, it's not... You're not going to be doing it nearly as much as you do it on this first chapter, or on these first couple of chapters, but I think they do a really good job of sort of introducing it. Like, as you've seen, you can do a lot of capturing on this these first handful of chapters, because they give you, you know, multiple units with a lot of constitution, and the enemy units are also pretty weak, so it's really easy to capture. So we're not going to be doing nearly as much as we're doing right now for a lot of the game, but it is useful at the moment. Boss, you really mean to make for Tara? I'm going pale just thinking about fighting the Empire. I mean, we might as well just jab a knife in our necks now and save everyone some time. I know. I'm just leading her on. Gotta get my foot in the door with that lass. Just who does Shiva think he is, talking to me like that? Did that cutthroat sellsword grow a conscience when nobody was looking? Hey, boss, we got a couple of do-gooders scurrying in from the west. What, here? You gotta be joking. All right, boys, let's go say hello. The sharks are gonna be well fed tonight. Liv is a pretty bad human being, considering we are gonna be recruiting him. I'm not sure that attacking a Vol is like the best strategy, but like Little Gabbo said, you can always free capture any like priest with just his staff, so that's still really useful for basically the entire game. Oh, I believe you also lose movement when you're carrying people, so there is a big a plethora of big downsides to capturing enemies, for sure. We're also going to be getting our first scroll at the end of this chapter, because Lithis has a scroll. So scrolls in this game, I'll explain it more when we get to them. But scrolls are extremely important in this game because, for one thing, they adjust your growths. They give you basically just bonus growths, which actually happens in Fire Emblem 3 as well. But also, they remove the ability to get crit, which is really powerful because there is a lot of crit in this game to go around. So super, super useful. Although importantly, it does not remove your ability to get Wrath crit, as I found out in one of our playthroughs, our last playthrough actually. But yeah, the scrolls make fighting a lot of bosses, especially later on in the game, way more consistent. You should basically always have a scroll on any unit who's doing anything like remotely dangerous, because it is super important. But obviously that'll be a later in the game thing. Okay, can you capture this guy with the steel maybe? I can. The steel chair. I only have a 64%, so not great, but there's a chance. Considering his hit is like pretty awful, he's been doing a pretty darn good job so far. There's a torch we can get if we go like all the way to over here, so I'll probably just have him do that. Capturing this guy's pretty nice, but I think the chance of doing it is pretty low. Yeah. 21. I mean, I have to kill him anyways. If we don't crit, maybe we can capture him. Or like attack 3 times. Okay, cool. Yeah, we love that. That was perfect. Yeah, so then I do have to hit a 70%, or I should proc my... Oh no, I think you have to have more attack speed. All right, well, you know, I didn't expect everything to kind of work out that perfectly on that turn, but, you know, we take those. Usually everything crashes and burns, but when stuff works out, you know, you gotta be thankful. By the way, this had 30 uses. It took so long to defeat the boss in the previous chapter The date is about to break. That sucks. We don't love that, I'll admit. Could probably get her an iron sword pretty easily if we really wanted to, but... This guy just has a sword. Yeah. Alright, Marty. He's not full. That's beautiful. So he has a healing item, so even if things get a little hairy over there, we should be okay. Alright, Leaf. I don't know if this is... Oh! The pirates seem to have greater numbers. Can we make it through this, Commander? Numbers aren't everything. We keep our heads about us. We'll make it through this just fine. Of course, Commander. Still, would you happen to know anything useful about this Liffus thug? Ha, thug is too generous for Liffus. He's a small time, ain't even worth killing. We get our hands on him, take him alive, and don't let him go after the fighting's done. We'll bring him back to East and see that he gets justice for his crimes. So I didn't remember that they can have a conversation, so now Leaf is just kind of stuck here. Whoops. That's certainly not the best thing I've ever done, but I think we should be okay. I don't think he's in any, like, true danger. Let's release this guy. Capturing is also used in a few different places to, like, recruit units. So there's a unit much later, but there's a unit later on that you can, like, capture. And then if he's alive at the end of the chapter, I think there's a couple of different units like that, but yeah. Okay, no, we're fine. So let's just kill this guy so we can keep moving. Again, trading Othin is slightly more useful, although he is also slightly worse. I still have 8 attack speed? Okay. Of course the 80% miss. That's really unfortunate. Alright, well, I was hoping to capture him. Oh no, I wasn't even trying to capture. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever, getting Leaf a kill is fine. That'd have been funny if that had missed. Again, getting Leaf levels for the Master Escape portion of the game is actually pretty useful, so... It's not just completely worthless to get him levels here. Even though in the late game, Leaf is not exactly a power unit. Do full health? I'm missing a little bit. You should probably be okay. There are some sword users later on in this chapter, I believe, which I'm slightly worried about. Especially with when we're being led by an Axeman. Okay. This is a little worrisome. Maybe I shouldn't have put him so far up. Only 23 hit. It's not so bad. And again, remember, Orson always crits on counterattacks. Wrath again in this game is extremely good. Every single time an enemy attacks him, his counterattack, as long as it hits, will be a crit, so... Okay. Sure, let's attack. Who has the torch? Didn't somebody have a torch? Who ended up with the torch? You did, okay. Kind of want to use you. Here, let's torch. We may as well get a little bit more vision. I don't want to, like, lose anybody in any kind of stupid way here. Okay, no, we're good. Yeah, it's these guys that I'm slightly worried about because obviously they have swords. Even if they're not that strong. It's always funny how scary chapters look when there's like fog of war everywhere, and then you take away the fog of war and suddenly it's like, I don't know, it's way less scary. Can you capture this guy? What about with the steel? with the steel chair. If I miss, I guess this could be kind of bad, but I think it's probably okay. Okay. And if I hit, it's great. So, you know. I don't really care that much about capturing bow guys, so why don't you just kill this guy? Now, I believe... Yeah, so even though the Iron Blade only had 1 hit left, you still get 2 hits out of it as long as it's in the same combat. But this will actually be a good opportunity to show this. So as you can see, when weapons break, they become broken weapons, but still in your inventory, as opposed to... with the torch. Oh. Oh, you actually do send us... I thought you dropped stuff in the beginning of the game. I guess you do send it to the supply. Okay. Well, that's good. I don't just lose the torch for no reason. We love that. Why did only 2 move? That's kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter. They also have 6 attack speed, which is a little annoying. Do you have a bow? I mean, it's good damage. Swords are actually pretty useful, so capturing these guys is not a terrible idea for sure. Alright, one of these should hit, you'd think. Okay. Because swords are good on Leaf, they're good on Evol. They'll be good in the midsection of the game. Basically, all mounted units, when they become unmounted, just use swords. So having a few extra swords here and there is not a bad thing. 7 Constitution. You have 8. Okay. So why don't you take your sword so you don't just have that broken thing. Get rid of this guy. Okay. Leaf shouldn't get doubled here, right? No. This guy does have 1 crit. I guess I should be a little bit cognizant of that, but... Nah, he never crit me, right? A crit would actually exactly kill me because he deals... Can you get a point of defense? Alright, well, that's too rich for my blood. Too much to ask. Oh, you got too much crap. Here, Finn doesn't have very much stuff. Actually, Finn has a lot of stuff. This is one of the other downsides of, but until we get to the actual convoy portion of the game, our units are going to wind up with just a lot of like miscellaneous crap on them. So you have to be a little bit careful with that. Oh, wait. Oh, he got the HP. Oh, weird. I didn't think that's how that worked. Oh, whatever. So anyway, he wasn't actually in any danger of dying there. So this is Shiva, who looks very scary with his killing edge, and also Soul, which is a cool skill. But thankfully for our purposes, he will not be moving, so we don't have to worry about getting absolutely annihilated by him. Wow, Evol, you suck. Okay. Let's... Because I want to kill this guy, so let's light brand him. I want to capture one of them, kill one of them, and then get Dogdar in a good position is my goal for this turn. Leaf, I think, has Continue, doesn't he? Or Adept or something? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It's equal to your attack speed, so it's a 6% proc. Okay. That's nice that it shows the percentage. Obviously, I know what, like, skills do, but I've always been a little bit confused by what the percentage is for them to proc, and it's nice to have it on the screen. Okay, not a great level up. Again, gaining him levels is actually pretty useful because we really want to promote him at some point. You do have a bow. Maybe I shouldn't capture this guy. It seems a bit sketchy with the bow back there. Like, I don't want him to die. Alright, just make sure we kill this guy. I don't want to risk it with the bow. Because it could potentially get really scary for us. One of the nice things, actually, I mentioned that that Shiva doesn't move. There actually really is no boss of this chapter. Alright, well, if we were just going to do that, then it didn't matter what I did. because the boss of this chapter is Lithus, who we're just going to capture. You just need to keep Lithus alive. So basically you just need to capture him and then seize. That's it. And I believe anyone can actually do that. So this chapter is pretty straightforward, as most of the early chapters are. We are eventually going to lose all of these characters, but it's not for a handful of chapters, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Making sure they all have specific stuff, and we'll have access to the convoy by that point. Shiva, again, will be a character that we're going to recruit much later. You don't have to worry about doing anything with him here. And thankfully, so this is how it works. This is a good opportunity to show this. Lithus has no weapon, which means if we go to capture him, we don't have to actually fight him. We can just do it. Now he's actually going to show up with his stuff, but I'm going to grab it. Ooh, okay, this is actually really nice. So the old translation patch never showed the growths. It's really nice that it shows what growths. So as you can see, number 1 blocks crits. That's extremely good. But it also modifies your growth, so it gives plus 30% HP and then plus 10% strength. Minus 10% luck, but who cares? So yeah, definitely a very nice scroll that we're going to be using a lot. Pirates seem to have fled, but never mind that. Is the cleric safe? Ahem? I found her, sir. Ahem? I don't know. Thank you, kind folk. I owe you my... is that... I beg your pardon, milady? Battle's a dirty business, and if I have some grime or blood on my face... Have you forgotten me already, Lord Leaf? It's me, Safi. We met in Tara. Safi, you say? I knew a young woman at the monastery in Tara by that name. I only had the honor of meeting you 2 or 3 times, my lord. I suppose I wasn't as memorable as I thought. Luck is for noobs anyways. Exactly. Actually, luck in this game is pretty bad because... Or at least not that useful, because you can just block crits with the scrolls, so... still, you left an impression on me... all the same, when you departed the city, it was I who wiped Lady Linoan's face of tears. Now I can place you. Your father was a priest, and you were rather close to Linoan, were you not? As close as a woman of common birth can be, I suppose. The Duke of Tara was Lady Linoan's father, and I am more her servant than peer. That aside, how did you come to be here? Has something happened to Linoan? You mean to say you don't know what's happened to Tara since you left? Let me start from the beginning. After the Duke passed away, the Empire installed their own governor. The man proved to be a walking pox, inflicting tragedy after tragedy upon us. Just this year, they even began child hunts in Tara. Child hunts. That proved to be the breaking point. The people of Tara revolted, installing Lady Linoan as rightful Duchess. They hired any sellsword who could stand upright, and then sent offerings of gold and gemstones to the Empire's leading noblemen. It was an admirable effort, but King Bloom of Thracia did not forgive such a blight, or such a slight. Is King Bloom of Thracia? I'm not sure why she calls him King Bloom of Thracia. And summoned the Imperial army to besiege Tara. The sellswords proved craven and fled, and now only a handful of militiamen stand between the Empire and our city. Lady Linoan bade me leave and seek out any who would fight in Tara's defense. Are things truly that dire? The Duke sheltered me for half a decade before the Empire learned of it and had him executed. Not a day goes by that I don't think of his generosity. You're seeking folk to aid Tara. Look no more. I pledge to deliver Tara from this evil. Let's be off, Safi. You'll be most welcomed in Tara, Lord Leaf. Thank you. Well, they'll keep me in suspense. What are you going to do with me? That's up to the villagers of East. We're taking you back there to answer for your crimes. We both know what'll happen. You're handing me over to them is as good as killing me yourself. Safi, come on. We had a deal. I said I'd go to Tara with you. Lord Leaf, Lithus is not an evil man. I don't know about that. He's committed many foul acts as a pirate, yes. But he seemed genuinely repentant as when we spoke earlier. Give him a chance to redeem himself in the eyes of the gods. Alright, if Safi believes in you, I can give you a chance for the time being. I've cheated death once again. Just gotta wait for the right opening, and then I'll book it. But come to think of it, if that boy's really the missing Leinster heir, the Empire would pay mightily to hear of it. It's worth mulling over at least. Either way, it'll have to wait until after Safi is given into my charms. Guy's a little creepy. I like that the little icon became blue on his thing. Okay, well, this is where I'm gonna end the stream for today. So yeah, we finished, what was that, chapter 3? So we're about halfway to the Master Escape portion of the game. But yeah, so my plan is to stream about this time, hopefully most weekdays, maybe every weekday. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Hopefully starting somewhere between 4 and 5, and then going for about an hour or two, something along those lines. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do about an hour or two again, and then probably back on Monday. So I really appreciate everyone for showing up again. I know a lot of you, used to show up a lot. Obviously, I haven't streamed in quite some time, but I appreciate it. But see you back. Good to see you too, Wheelie. Yeah, I really enjoy kind of talking to everybody and stuff. But yeah, again, I'll be back tomorrow. So thanks everybody for watching as always. I really appreciate it, and I will see you then. And actually, wait, can I stop the stream? Because my OBS is like... Okay, I think I can. Okay, all right.